Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to episode 10 of my Satisfactory Let's Play for Update 6 and beyond. Now in the last episode, we began working on my industrial foundry, and for this, we set up 2 manifold lines of iron and coal feeding into 6 foundries with a copper section dedicated to producing about 100 cables and 40 wire. Now today, the plan is to join these 2 sections together and add a 3rd section, adding concrete into the mix, allowing us to then automate encased industrial beams. And that's going to all allow us to create automated wiring. So let's begin. As per usual, I've got a to-do list over on the right-hand side of the screen that kind of sets out our objectives for today's episode. The first thing is to activate coal at 270 per minute. So, this being a Mark II miner, we double the amount of output from a regular Mark I miner on whatever deposit we're on. Now the iron deposits were normal. The coal deposit here is pure, which means we already get double. So that means a coal miner is putting out 240 per minute. Now we have belts that can take up to 270, so we want to be maxing out our belts. 270 is what we're going to aim for. Now, you may notice it's off. I haven't just switched it off. It's actually disconnected from the mains right around up there. I'm hoping in this episode to power everything down. Everything's down, all the belts are empty, and I'm hoping right at the end we'll toggle it all on, we'll hit one connection, everything should come alive, and be super satisfying to watch with nothing going wrong whatsoever. So that's going to be part of the goal for this episode. Alright, so let's just toggle that first thing. That's super easily done. Activated coal. Done. And now we're just going to put down the, while we're walking over this way, let's just put down the railing to match the sort of aesthetic I've got going on in the brutalism factory over there, I guess. I'll just bring this all the way up with us, and like that. Now, in between episodes, I just kind of cleaned up the factory floor a little. I didn't move anything or build anything new. I just got rid of all the buildings that were making steel beams. And we've tons of steel beams now for this episode. I got like 1,000 or something in my inventory, so we're ready to go. So the next thing then will be setting up 5 constructors. So we have 6 foundries here. I always want to call them forges, but we've got 6 foundries, and that's going to be putting out 270 steel ingots, which is just the max we can handle on one belt. Obviously, we could do this many times over in different places, but for one place, it's as good as it gets for our technology level as it is at this point. So let's get started with setting up the constructors. So it's actually nicely in line here. So I guess we can come all the way out to here, maybe. Would that be too far? Let's have a look. No, that looks good. It leaves a little space behind, actually, even. Yeah. In fact, I might even push it just that little further. We'll start it out here. And we need 5 of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, so seeing as this is a manifold sort of setup anyway, I don't think there's any real danger in doing it this way. I'm just splitting it all the way along the line. Alright, cool. And then we'll just have a slow belt feed it into the end. Alright, looking good. This will have to be a fast belt, the fastest we've had, Mark III. I'll just keep that going because I'm sure it's probably needed around here to a certain extent. Okay, so there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 of them are going to be doing steel beams, I want to say. So steel beams, what does it take? 60 per minute. 6, 12, 18, 24, and then steel pipes. 30 makes 270, sorry. So, yeah, that's what we have. We have the one belt with 270. It's all coming up Millhouse. Okay, so the next thing then will be hooking it all up to power. Like I said, power is disconnected right now, but might as well lay down the power poles that we're going to need. I like to put them in the foundations between constructors. Then we can have a nice sort of grid layout like this. And they just hook up right next to each other then. Nice and neatly. Looking damn good. Alright, great. So, that's good. So that's the next thing done. That was quick. 5 constructors done. Next one is hooking up power. We don't need to do that yet. We'll do that later. I decided to do that at the end. What I wrote that there for was actually to say, like, hook up power sort of like this. And we haven't hooked up power to the copper area at all yet. There's no power poles up there. So power is, quote-unquote, hooked up. It's just I've broken one connection on purpose just over there. So that we can bring the whole factory online all at once. Which I'm just excited to see. Alright, so automate encased beams. So that's our next task. So over here we've got a limestone deposit. And a little patrol hog. Just shoo him away. Alright, good. Rest in peace. So let's just break the top layer of this, then we'll hook up a miner here, maybe build some foundations. I didn't really plan on the factory actually extending out this way. This could just feed in separately. Because eventually it is going to come out here to those 2 other iron deposits. Excuse me, sorry. Still have the Rona. Almost gone though, although rather worryingly, I woke up today and my girlfriend says she's got a bit of a sore throat now. She actually didn't get it. Me and my friend and my girlfriend all went out on a Saturday, went to London, and me and my friend both got sick. But she didn't. But it seems like it might be long overexposure to me, might cause her to get sick now. Yeah, let's just chop this away then. Create a little path over to that area there. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's just extend this out, why not? We could put a miner Mark II on this as well. I didn't actually check its purity level and see how much we can get out of it, but I think 2 constructors will give us what we need to make the beams correctly. God, tried to cough while the chainsaw was on. Alright. Extend this one down here. Alright, it's a nice little plateau for that. So, what do we need for a miner Mark II? We're missing our portable miners. I think I left them over here, though. I thought I still had some. Oh, maybe not. Maybe just in this box. Apologies if it's not there. I'm just going to apologize in advance. I have to check, though. I'm so sure I made enough for all the deposits. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Just take them all. What else was in that box, actually? Pipes, plating. Okay. Ah, nice weather today. Alright, good. So, miner Mark II. It's going to slot right in somewhere here. Can we turn it on its side? Let's face it out that way. So, a miner Mark II. That's going to be making 60 per minute. Now, for our assembler, we're going to make encased beams. And we need 30 concrete per minute. 30 concrete per minute. 24 steel beams per minute. But I'm pretty sure I can have 2 assemblers doing this. Pretty sure. So that's 60 concrete per minute. So how can I get 60 concrete per minute? Let's see. Constructor. 45 and 15. So we double the rate. Or we just have 2. That makes sense. So if we have 2 of these constructors... Obviously I've built that a bit close now, but just this is really just to work out the rate more than anything. 2 of those, so that's 45, 45, that's 90. So to bring this up to 90, let's throw in one of these. That's 90 parts per minute, just like that. So 90 gets split evenly into 2 of these. Both of them make concrete. Both of them make 15 per minute. So that's the best I'm going to get out of it then. Okay, so that's going to be 30. So it is just one assembler. So 30 per minute, 24 steel beams, and we'll get our 6th encased industrial beams. Alright, so that's what it's going to be. So let's build a little lookout tower and just lay out where it should go. Alright, great. And I have the hypertube milestone selected as well, so that we can do that. So we need 50 encased beams. That's why we want to get the encased beams up now, up and running again now. Although I do have 31. And then we can run back and finish off that milestone as well. So just thinking, that machine is going to be spilling over that walkway a little bit. It'll be a little bit of a mind your head situation, but that's fine. And then we can decide where that path goes from then on. So let's see, production, we have our 2 constructors. We know that we need to feed 2 constructors, and then out of here goes into an assembler over here, and then it has to be mixed with one of the steel beams. So steel beams, four to 1. See, the thing I don't really know is how much does that make in one go. Is there any way to check? I guess I just have to jump down to check it, don't I? It's 15, and we needed 24. So we need 2 of those machines to feed into an assembler. Okay. All right. That's easy enough. I'm sorry to keep clearing my throat. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to do it off camera, off microphone. Hopefully that gets rid of it. All right. All good. Okay, so 2 there. Needs to go into an assembler, and so does concrete. So we could do it something like this, where it actually feeds out. Which would be a bit different, I guess, but that might be alright, putting it somewhere like there. So those 2 need to be merged and then feed out. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And that would mean then 2 constructors maybe somewhere along here. Or we could just have them on this area, actually. I think it would probably make a bit more sense. Yeah. So 1 there. 1 right next to it. Alright, cool. So they're going to merge and go this way and go into there. It's a little bit of a distance. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I'm like, it would be nice to shorten that. But ultimately, we need these machines to go into that one. These machines. It's pretty equal distance between the 2. It's 1, 2 grid points. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it could be a little closer. Okay, just to make it look kind of nice, what we could do is try to equalize it on the other side, like this. I'm just trying to think, how far over does that come? It comes about 2 little grid points over. Maybe like this then, yeah. That's probably what I did on the other side. Good. So yeah, we'll do this. This at least will make it look a bit better. And we'll just move this forward. Good. Alright, so these 2 machines go into that. These 2 machines go into that. It's going to look good, I think. This isn't centered. Wanted it to be centered. And do we leave? So we've left 1 gap there. 1 gap there. 1 gap there. Yeah. Oh, okay. It actually needs to go further back if we want it to be totally even. Now, the reason I'd want it to be even is just... And I want it to be on the center point. Like, I could put it in the middle, like, along this line. But I want it to be kind of on one of these center points. It might just be me, but I always like it coming out of a wall hole. That makes it a conveyor wall. And they can't be placed in the middle. I don't know why. You're just not allowed to do it. So, just the way, I guess, the walls line up. So if that's the case, then we'd have to push these back just another little bit. But I'm okay with doing that. I don't really mind. There's nothing going to go... I didn't have any plans for anything to go over this side anyway. And it gives us more space for a walkway anyway. Alright, there we go. And that's going to be encased beams. Apologies again. So... 24 per minute, 30 per minute. So we have an excess. You know, we're going to have too many beams coming in here. It's going to get backed up because we're producing something like 30 or 60, right? 15 and 15. So that's 30 in total, and we needed 24, so we have an excess of 6. That's going to just back up. We could have an overflow maybe at some point. I don't really mind that, though, because we're going to have another 2 that aren't even doing anything, and then the pipes will be doing something. So we've got more beams than we need, but I'm sure we'll use them for something in the future. Okay, so basically we just need to split our concrete this way, and that should be done. This is a merger. There we go. Okay, and then this is hooked up. God damn it. And then this is pretty much done as well. Okay, all good. All right, so that is concrete overclocked to 90, divided into 2 constructors at 45 each, although it's manifold, so one will go on before the other does. They make their concrete. This goes into an assembler on one side, gets turned into encased beams. We've got the same happening over here. 2 steel beams, 15 each, combined 30, coming out this way and going in there. And that is that. So that's done. That is automating encased beams. So the next thing is to set up our first stator. So stator is made in an assembler. It takes pipes and wire. So we have 15 per minute and 40 per minute. So the 40 per minute we've already sorted out in the previous episode. It's coming in right there. So that's done. And then the 15 pipes. Now we know that this is going to be making 20. So we have to at least just divide this out so we have a free 5 doing something else. And then what do we need? We need 2 stators going into... we want to make automated wiring. So we're going to need the 100 cable. And that 100 cable is coming in there. So 100 cable is going to go in and a stator is going to go in. So we need 2 of these in a row. So yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. Just to kind of lay it out nicely. I can always move it in between episodes a little bit if I'm super happy with it. But we should be able to get it nice enough. So that's the stator. So if I know that cables are coming this line, and we can keep it up high. It's 5 meters above. It's not 4, it's 5. And raise it up and bring it in there or something. That might work. Yeah, I've actually gotten... Okay, I think I know how to do it then. So let's go assembler. We'll bring the assembler this way. So pipes will go in one way. Yeah. Pipes go in one way, and the wire is going to come down and go in another way. It's a shame that they're not reversed, really, the way they come out. I guess I could maybe just change the route a little. Well, it's pretty messy over there, so I don't think I could actually do it that easy. Anyways, that goes in. And then on the other side, you could fold it around so that stators go in. Yeah, let me just see one thing again. Automated wiring. And then it needs cable. Okay, that's not going to work then, sorry. Okay. I'll do it this way instead. The pipes are the easier thing to move. So, let's go like this. We have one assembler here. That's going to make motors, or sorry, stators. This one's then going to be rotated the other way. It's a shame about these rocks and little bits sticking out. I'd have to raise the whole place, which just would take far too long. But it's okay, like, the belt still goes over it. I think it's fine. So yeah, so I'm happy enough with this. So basically, we just have to feed pipes into that. The wire's going to come straight down and go in. You know, getting the pipes over is going to be the messiest part. And then the stators are going to go straight into here, along with cable. So another thing I could actually do, there's room over, yeah, okay. Let's rotate these around. This could look good actually. The only weird thing I see is that our output is now facing just like nowhere. So that will have to be brought along and sent out somewhere, you know? Or maybe brought up and moved, I don't know. Maybe I could bring that further back. It can't really go too much further back because this is where the wire comes in. Yeah, to make much of a difference. I could bring it back 1 tier, but it really wouldn't matter. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. I'm happy enough with that. So let's go with the... So we know that 40 is coming down, so let's get our logistics 1. Bring it down. Should I keep it up high? Because I think I will need to loop around that area, actually. So might keep it high for a moment. Because it's basically going to be going into here. And how big is the drop? It's 2. 1, 2. So, not to be super picky, but if I moved that forward 1, it would be way more straight. So I might try and do that as well. Just want it to look good. I just think this rock might be in the way, though. Let's see. I think it only needs to go forward 1. I'll just test it. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of these. Just pop them back down now, a bit more aligned. So that's the wire straight in, making stators. To combine up with that, we need to send over the pipes. But that's fine, we'll figure that out in a moment. Now the stators are only 5 per minute, so it's pretty small fry. I'm not going to do manifold with that because it's a bit messy. Or, yeah, I guess maybe I will have to make it easier on ourselves. Unless I could split it somewhere here. So there's 5 along this belt. Nah, I'll just do manifold. It is a lot easier, but the time to build up 100 stators in one machine would be a hell of a long time. Although it is splitting it, I guess. I guess it's not that bad, actually. Yeah, never mind. The split's fine. Excuse me. So, let's get our splitter. Line it up. Send it that way. Is this lined up? Okay. So that's 2 stators in. Now, that's 5 coming along and then being split. So 3 is going to go off and then 2 and then 2 and then 3, right? It's 2.5 each is what's needed. I think that's how it works. Maybe it always splits 3 and 2. I don't know how the game decides to split like a number like 5. That's going to be automated wiring. So the only other thing then is sending in the cables. And very similarly to over here, we can keep them raised. We can bring them in just like we did with that, which I guess we'll have to. In fact, to make it look kind of even nicer, maybe we could do this. Send it that way and then have the 2 elevators right there. Okay, so 2 elevators. They only need to be level 1, actually. But we want to raise them further. Sorry. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, cool. So that's our stator is... actually, sorry, the stator is not set up. We still have not hooked up the second thing to either of these yet. Doing both at the same time, I guess. Let me just check then as well. With this conveyor pole stackable, how many layers do I have to go before this like just reaches? It's uneven from the ground, so it might never... Actually, that looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty surprised about that. It might be getting raised slightly. Doesn't really look like it, though. Alright, cool. Well, good to know. So yeah, let's just keep that moving, then. So what is that? It's 3. 3 stacked. Oh my god, I'm out of iron plates. Really? Iron plates. Of all the things to run out of. Let me just check one of those boxes. Did I have any in there? No, I've got reinforced plates. I guess I've been using a lot of the level 1 stuff, so that's what's happened here. Well, I want the stackable pole, to be honest, so let me just work with what I've got. Can I even build these? No, I need iron plates. Damn it. Is there any way I can make them right here? Like, I know there's iron right there. We could dig some up and just convert it. But you know what? I'm probably just going to run back to the base and come back, and that way I can just take a bunch with me. So I'll just do a little pause here, run to the base, grab some iron plates, run back. Alrighty, I'm back. I've got the iron plates. Let's continue where we left off. So everything has been done manifold, I guess, in this whole thing. So let's... No need to change it, I suppose. Let's just do something like this. Actually, you know what? We could just use, again, the mergers and splitters the whole way up. I find that to be the easiest way just to get it to line up properly. Actually, this one needs that. This one actually matters. So let's go with splitter like that. This is a belt of 100. So that needs to be changed. I can go in. And I can go straight across like that. Looks good. And then the same thing has to be done for here. So ideally, I guess I'll set up the poles just to be 2 away from that so it turns nice and smoothly into it. 1, 2. Okay. Well, this can be a 3, actually. So there we go. Alright, nice. So what I'll do there is just cut the base away. I'll probably cut this away. But just aesthetically, to make it look like it's kind of being propped up somewhat. Pop the line down here. Okay, good. So that's actually the automated wiring all fed. And now we just need to get this fed. So to get this fed, should be easy enough actually. Just do one of these, rotate it around. It doesn't need to go up as high as the other ones. And basically we need to get that to go along this way. So I guess to make things a bit tighter, I might feed this up straight away to leave this space. Yeah, that might make a bit more sense. Although it needs to be split. I want to siphon off the 5 pipes that we should get as excess, because this is making 20, we need 5 extra, or we get 5 extra out of it. So I suppose let's do that first. So the way we do that is we split it in 2 to get 10 and 10. Split that one more time and then merge the rest. Is that right? Yeah, that basically works. So that's 10 and then 10. So this can then be 5 and 5. And this can then be merged back up. I think this is what I was talking about with the colors of the things. It's totally confusing me now. Yeah. So, that basically should do it. So essentially, 20 goes in. It gets split. 10 goes in here. 10 goes in here. 5 comes out, merges with the original 10, and that's 15 there. And this is the free 5 that we have at the end. Okay. So then we'll put a little elevator on this, and then try to match it to this one. So just like that. So I guess what might be nice is doing one of these here. See, it's literally just 2 below. It's pretty good. So in order to get that right, then I suppose we'll just bring this out to be in line. 1, 2, turn sideways. And then that should be it. So we'll just go, there you go. There you go. And in you go. Now, part of me is a little unhappy that if you're creating walkways, if you're actually designing a factory and you could walk under these, you wouldn't have another one just sticking out like that. So we'll change it so that it's a bit to the side. Not that much to the side. Does that make a bit more sense? Just in terms of walkways, if you were to walk under these things, you could do it. And it clears this area for other stuff, right? Anyway, so we've got our 5 excess pipes coming out there, or they will. Everything else is good to go. Everything else is hooked up. The values should be correct. So what we need to do, so let's just toggle those 2 things. Set up stators and set up automatic wiring. So we don't have any excess stators. They all come in here, but we do have too much wiring. The interesting thing with wiring that I noticed is the shipment tier for the space elevator requires automated wiring, but the next one doesn't. Now, I don't know what the one after that does. I didn't look that deep into it. But I just thought like, oh, so there's things that you have to make that you never have to make again. And I guess what I'll probably do with all that wiring is just throw it in an awesome sink. So maybe I'll even make an awesome sink here and redirect it into that when we don't need it anymore. Or you could just rebuild, like repurpose this factory for something else. So one of the last things I want to do is just lay out the power poles for this and hook it all up. So I'll try to do it as quick as possible. So with constructors, I always like to, like I said, put it in between, just like that. And then we'll just feed that back to the smelters and everything. And then once we hook it all up, that should be everything in place now. I'm getting a little nervous. I hope everything works out. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention. In the last episode, remember I looked at the belts? So I haven't read the comments of the last episode yet. When I looked at the belts, things weren't flowing quite properly. I didn't quite say anything, just at the end of the previous episode. And I looked into it, and it turns out, just in a tiny little gap in here, like a tiny little piece of the belt, was like a level 1 when it should have been a level 3. So things were slowing down, but I fixed it. So everything should be fine, belt-wise, I think now. So if you caught that in the last episode and you commented, I apologize because I didn't read the comment, but I did catch it, luckily. So should be fixed anyways. Right, let's just stick one on the left of these machines then. These ones are kind of standalone machines. Can't do that with this one, but we could stick it somewhere like close by. Okay, so that should be all of them hooked up when we actually add it. I just noticed something. That is hooked up. Is it? Oh, right. I was like, where's the wire? Because the thing is there. I just couldn't see it attaching. Anyway, never mind. Alright, it's basically, we just have to actually attach the cables, but everything has their poles. The last thing then that'll need the pole is the actual miner itself. So something like this, and maybe just something like that. In you go. Hook that up. Alright, that's all hooked. Looking good. And we'll just extend it from one of these out this way. And just go from left to right. So like that. My god. Alright, almost done. Just these last 4. We're almost there. Alright, there we go. That is cable management. We can get rid of that one. So those two are powered, those two are powered. Is everything set? That's copper, everything is set. Yep, I'm sure it is. I'm excited. I can't wait to turn all this on. Please work, just work straight away. And then we'll wrap this thing in walls when we get back. Make it a big concrete box. Alright, cool. I think that's it, guys. I'm nervous but excited. I think I have it. So we've just got 2 free things here. 2 steel beams that can just come out and go nowhere. Now we did unlock a new storage thing. So maybe we'll just pop them into that. A big fat storage case. A double one. Because why not? Oh, what I'm going to do with it. I'm sure these are going to go into something eventually. Does versatile frames require it? Is that what? Yeah. So that's probably where they're going to go eventually. But like I said, I haven't set that up yet. So maybe the last thing I could maybe do is just set up an assembler somewhere here. Almost temporarily. Versatile frames. And I could just deliver by hand. At first, calm down. The modular frames. So that's 30 steel beams. Remember, we make 15 and 15. So that actually works out as well. So we'll just have to... We have tons of modular frames back at the base. It's just they're not here. So we have to set up a transport route to actually deliver them. But it seems to make sense to have some sort of assembler in front of these two if these two have the exact amount that we need. So we'll just give it a bit of spacing. About there, I think, is enough. More than enough. We'll go with a merger. Actually, well, I was going to say we could be in front of it because we're not going to be actually automatically feeding the other side. So this might be the thing that moves and changes in a future episode. But at least we can hook it up and get it cracking on versatile frames. Even if it has to be manually done. So versatile framework. So yeah, that's got the steel beams it'll need. It just won't have the modular frames. So just to give it a little kickstart. There you go. There's 18. Alright, good. I'm going to color this one red so we know that that's the machine that needs to change. Red looks really good, actually. Okay. Shall we turn it on? I think we shall. And then when everything... Do I have a good lookout for it, actually? It'd be nice to have a nice high-up lookout spot so we can actually see it. No point turning it on. They can't see anything. Let's see. Organization lookout tower. Let's do that. And then maybe we can run along to the left or something. Oh, this is probably good enough to see everything. And then we could just run over there. Check out the other ones. Yeah, this whole thing is going to be all powered on at once. And then I'm going to have to run. Alright, so the connection I severed was just the one after this pole. So pretty close by. There it is. Give me the juice. So nothing should start working until, like, the miners will start powering on now, hopefully. We'll keep an eye on all the little colors. Oh no. It's still red. Why would it be red? Hang on. Let me just cut that. I think why it's red is because the miners are actually switched off. So I might have to manually turn them on and then turn everything on again. So let me just check the... Was iron flowing at all? No, it wasn't. So things are powered, but I think... See, what my original plan was like, oh, in the episode I'll go around and I'll switch on the machines. But it's a lot of manual effort. So I'll switch them on now. I think the copper one is on by default. I don't think I ever switched that off. So those are on now. I have to run out, unfortunately, to the coal and then run back. And then I can hook up the power again. And then it should all start flowing. So just bear with me. But at least we get to run through this place one last time. Have a look at this area. So let's do it like this. It's like 3 episodes worth of work. 3 hours this whole place took, basically. Well, way more than that in terms of planning things out. But at least when you got the plan, it even took 3 hours of just literally plonking buildings down. Alright, we are connected. Things should be right now. So I'll just hook those wires back up. Everything should get flowing. And then we can go unlock hypertubes. Which is the only thing I haven't done yet. So let's just activate that. That's hookup power is done. The only thing left to do is to unlock hypertubes. And the nice thing is we don't have to run too far now. We can just hook this up from the tower itself. Yes, the miners are working. There we go. We can see it. And we should see soon enough. It'll be hard to see from here, but we should see the smelters smelting. You know, we should see the smoke rising if they're getting their copper. Please tell me they're getting their copper. I see a green light over there, so that looks good to me. Alright, the iron is being fed in. Seems to be moving nice and fast the whole way through, which is what we want to see. The coal hasn't made it up here just yet, but it should be here soon enough. There we go, we got some making the final round all the way down to the last one already. So this should be the first one that powers on then. Oh no, it's still red? What? Oh, come on. What the hell have I missed? Maybe I broke a connection and I didn't look at it or something? Oh yeah. There we go. Alright, coal is on. Ah, so annoying. I'm so sorry. Still pretty cool though, seeing that first bit. Now and then the coal comes up. Oh, there we go. Actually, sorry, no. They just came into view. Looks good though. The nighttime lighting actually makes it kind of look nice. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm just going to build a little bit of the wall up. Yeah, there's a green light in the distance. It's actually a blue light because it's been overclocked, so it is working. Really not much more I can do now other than wait. Coal is coming in. It's here already. There we go. The first foundry is online. Next one's online. Look at that. The speed. 3 at a time. Want that to move slow until it joins the main bus. We should never see that slow down, by the way. That should never stop or chug or have a problem. I don't think. Although that being said, it looks like it's not been sped up as much as it should be. There we go. So it's 45, 45. Yeah, even here. Could do with it. Alright, cool. So, just to recap what we've got going on here. I have my coal overclocked to be producing 270 per minute. Then we have 6 foundries, which takes in the coal and the iron. So we have 2 iron things, both coming out at 270 per minute. You know, divided between them, obviously. So 270 per minute is coming down both ways into all these foundries. So 6 foundries, 270 per minute. That means we're putting out 270 ingots per minute, fed into 5 constructors, which consumes 270 per minute. 4 of which are beams, 1 of which is poles. Pipes. The pipes then go along, they're moving now, onto the assemblers. Oh my god, I didn't hook up the assemblers actually to power. I'll have to do that in a second now. And then copper and all of that. So yeah, it looks like there may be some issues, right? So power isn't fully done yet because I'm not seeing the smelters on, and the coal has stopped even though it has power. So something must be off. So let's check it out. We've got problems to solve. I'm sorry I didn't make it all swift and cool. Maybe I'll add a cinematic in that makes it look awesome at some point in the future. Let's see what we missed. So one thing for sure I know I missed, delivering power to this area. Excuse me. Okay, so they're all hooked up to power. Let's see what's going on upstairs in the copper area. Let's just trace the root of the problem by going to the miner first and then following it around. I think I found the problem. Alright, so we just didn't hook up the actual initial belt. That's the problem. Alright, so we needed beams. That's why we didn't have them at the time. Ah, yes. I actually don't even think we did need beams. Isn't this only 120 per minute? I think it is. There we go. Alright, we're online. Sorry for the hiccups. Let's just wall this back section off. Want the wall to go at least 3 high so it's ready for another floor if we ever need it. We could also add walkways or something in future. Can't wait till I get glass. That's gonna be a game changer. Alright, there we go. Our cable is on its way. That should be 100 cable in total. That's coming out now. It is manifold. It's gonna keep powering up and up and up and up, and we gotta check our power actually. I haven't checked that in a while. But we seem totally fine. Max consumption line is quite high, bordering our full production line. So maybe in the next episode we'll invest in doubling our power output again. Because of course we left a bunch of pipes and coal generators inactive down there, and I definitely need to get obelisks so we can blow open those boulders that were blocking us. Beautiful, isn't it? Alright, good. Is that working? So the copper is... I didn't power that on either. Alright, concrete's in, steel beams are in, encased concrete beams are out. Now once we get 50 of those, I've got 31. Once we got 50, we're good to go. We'll run back, we'll activate hypertubes, and that's every milestone done then of this tier. I'll have to figure out a way to make that look somewhat better. Alright, so this will be a little doorway for us to go in. Into the copper cube. And I think this one actually is a cube. Oh no, it's 10 by 9. It's really close. There you go. To the people that said they wanted to see me like create that giant box that I did off camera, this is what you missed. Me literally just like padding walls with concrete. Somewhat therapeutic, I'm not gonna lie. It's good. Ah, did I forget to? No, I didn't. Yeah, we're making automated wiring in here. The stators are going around. So our first stator has just been made. It's going to go around and get fed into here and make our first batch of automated wiring. This one's been made already. Nice. Got our first one. So we'll just make a little box at the back here for that to just feed into. Not that I think I'll need an industrial one, but how could you not build the industrial one? It's so massive. Could be nicer, obviously, but that's fine. It's not fine. Let's fix it. So, where's the in-between point of these two? Don't want to half-ass something right at the end of the episode here. That's the merger. Are they indifferent? Don't tell me they're... No, they're not. Okay, good. Alright, in you go. And then we get our industrial storage box. I always call them boxes. I know they are called storage containers. I don't know why I call them boxes. Just can't help it. Chonky. All just in the name of automated wiring, of which I think I need 100. So not even that much. We're going to be making them pretty quickly. With 2 machines on the go. So 2.5 per minute. So I don't know. So that's 5 per minute in total. We need 100. So I don't know how many minutes that is. 20 or something. Something like that. Math is tricky. Even when it's obvious. Alright, so that's our big copper cube. Looking good. We don't need to wall off the rest. I can do that in my own time. Plus it's probably going to expand out here eventually anyway. So let's see, how many encased beams do we have? 23. That's 54. We are good to go. We needed 300 pipes. I've got 200 and a bunch of copper pipe. Now, I've actually got copper pipe in my box at the back, so we'll just head over to that. This is the versatile framework. There we go. Look at that. Damn, 30 of it already. Just from the modular frames I've thrown in manually. Cool. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this came together. I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. I'm usually racked with self-doubt and feeling like I can't do anything, and this time I'm like, I'm pretty happy with it. Is that what I need? I think that's everything we need. Alright, let's drive back home. Maybe jump up and look at this place one last time from up high. Should we go up there? Yeah, let's just climb up there again where it kind of all started. And it's still not at full capacity. Everything needs to fill up after a while, and then everything will be running. All the smokestacks should be burning all at the same time. 6 foundries, 5 constructors, 4 assemblers, 5 assemblers even, and 2 more constructors there. And then in there it's a nightmare. It's like 8 constructors. It's 12 constructors, 4 smelters, I think. Cool. Alright, job done. Little overclocking being used as well. Do we have any left? We do have 4 more things that we could use for overclocking. Good. Great. Alright, let's go. Let's activate hypertubes and see what's going to be needed in getting them. So our transport is going to be revolutionized in the future episodes. As we're just going to be able to dart around the place with that. Requires a little bit of power, not too much. All in a day's work. I'm slightly dreading what's coming next as well, because it's going to be on the next project phase. It's like trains and it's where I never made it past it. But from what I remember, I really do think that there's more at the lower tiers than there used to be. I'm sure that's true. So I just don't remember having to do half of this stuff. Like, I've never heard of versatile framework or automated wiring, I don't think. Let's try to be all cool. My legs. Here we are, Chewie. We're home. Alright, boom, 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 boom.
Milestone reached. Fixit Incorporated has processed and incorporated frequent Pioneer requests for pipe-based personal transport. Introducing HYPERTUBES. Safe, aesthetic, adaptable, fun. Enjoy a view of your hard work as you soar through incredibly tight turns. Build them today. Note: Fixit Incorporated is not responsible for any harm caused by irresponsible use of this product.
Okay, can we test it out? Do I have enough to test it out already? Seems like it. Oh, don't have enough encased beams. Can I make some here? Is that possible? I might have what's needed to make them. Yeah, I do. Let's just put a machine down really quickly. I'll just throw some stuff in here, make some beams, and then we can just test out what a hypertube looks like. So in hypertube entrance, does it need to go on a support pole? That's an entrance right there, isn't it? No, maybe not. Okay. I have enough of those. And I need another entrance down at the bottom. Alright, let's do that. We'll just do one that takes me straight down to the bottom. And then it would need to go along the wall, wouldn't it? Do you need wall supports or something? Not really too sure how it works, to be honest. I've used it like a long time ago, but We'll just connect it up and see what happens. So I guess it just uses the same thing as pipes use. And then make that an entrance on the back end, right? Can we do that? Oh yeah, sorry, I just need the encased beams, obviously, that we're just making now. And then it needs to be powered. Alright, let's go for our first ride. What is the power consumption, actually? 10 megawatts. So it's actually more than I thought. And I guess it's permanently active. I thought it was only active when you use it. Because it looks like, you know, it's obviously powered. Alright, here we go. Woohoo! Nice. Oh, wow. It wasn't curved. It was. I didn't realize how curved it was. Jeez. Sweet. That's a little easier than getting up than the jump pads, eh? I wonder why they decided to make it third person instead of just like looking in first person at where you're going. That's awesome. Yeah, we should make one of these that takes us straight out to the forge. That'd be pretty cool. And to the power, actually, or at least that gets us most of the way there. Alright, well there we go. That's going to be it. So if we have a look really quickly, as a final cap off to this episode, that is it. That is tier 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all done. Next is Space Elevator Phase 2. So if we want to see what's needed, we can just run over to it real quick. You can actually toggle an option so it's always in the top right corner. I just have it off at the moment just to declutter the UI a little bit. And sorry, gotta obviously toggle this correctly. There we go. So actually, just before I even have a look at that, we've got, this is the modular frames I was talking about, right? We're making loads. Now, we're actually not making enough for the machine. The output of us is like 2.5, and we need something like 5. Loads of plates, loads of smart plating, which is needed, and rotors. So the smart plating can be fed right over into this. I think it needs 500, and I think we have that. So yeah, 500, then 500 versatile frames, and then 100 automated wiring. Now, it's really weird to me that I've found it easier to make automated wiring than I found it to make the versatile frames, and you only ever need it once. So it's good for me, I guess, but yeah, versatile frames has been a bit of a pain. I'm going to have to like just manually deliver the modular frames over there, or set up a tractor to do like several runs. So I might do that in the next episode, and then go out to the power, buff up the power, and then we'll activate this thing, get to the next phase, and see what's going on. See what we have lying in wait for us. So it's going to be 1,100 goods need to be shipped. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast. I'm really happy that everything kind of came together and worked out in the end. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Looking forward to reading the feedback on this one. And any suggestions going forward for the next tiers, because we're about to get crazy, greatly appreciated. Don't feel like you're backseating me. If you want to give advice and stuff, more than happy to receive it. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I'm more than happy to receive it and see if I can implement it. Some stuff has been really great so far. That's helped me save countless hours and just made things look nicer and a little bit better. Oh, sorry, and very last thing then would be the awesome sync. We've got 4 tickets waiting for us, so I'm going to dump a bunch of excess crap in this now. I've got tons of stuff in my inventory, and see if we can advance a few more tickets to get some more nicer things too. Alright, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support the channel directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. You'll also get exclusive access to my Discord, where there's dedicated channels for each series I'm doing, and it's a great place just to meet others and make some friends.